Prepare trading and profit and loss account in the books of Ramasundari for the year ended 31st December 2017 and balance sheet as on that date from the following information. So all the three accounts we have to do.
Take a double page and write down the heading as Trading and Profit and Loss Account of Ramasundari for the year ended 31st December 2017, and go ahead with the format of particulars, amount on the debit side as well as on the credit side. Since we are starting with the trading account, see that you write down the 4 basic details. This you can do it without going inside the sum and looking for the items itself. So 2 on the debit side, 2 on the credit side as shown in the video here.
Let's look into the sum and fill in these. Opening stock 2500. Then purchase. When looking for purchase, I must also see whether I've got purchase return or not. So in this sum, we don't have purchase return. So it's only purchases 3300. Credit side, sales. Sales, they've given 7000. And when looking for sales, sales return is not there. So it's only the sales 7000 which I must record. So closing stock, the third item, 4000. For basic over. Apart from this, nothing will come on the credit side except for the answer if it's a gross loss. So I'm going to go to the debit side, start recording with the direct expenses. Friends, we've got wages, the second item over there. So 2 wages 2700. Next item, we don't have anything else other than wages. So when we are recording direct expenses, we must remember the 7 direct expenses. And another clue, which is on purchases, will be given behind the word. So here in the sum, only wages they've given. So only with wages we are going to finish it up.
Next step, leave 3 lines and draw grand total on both the sides. Next step, add the debit side and the credit side separately. When you add the debit side, you get 8500, and when we add the credit side, we get 11,000. The greatest total will become the grand total and the least side will the answer fall. So the answer is gross profit. That is, the debit side is the least side, so it is a gross profit.
Okay. So now how you'll find the answer for this, the value for this, you will subtract the greatest total from the least total. So 11,000 minus 8,500. You will get 2,500. Now we are going to start with the profit and loss account. So if you want to start with the profit and loss account, you need not write the format again, because in the heading itself we gave trading and profit and loss account. So simple, like again how you used to do in the balance sheet, carry down is on the debit, just bring it down to the opposite side. So by gross profit brought down. So the same amount what you got, 2,500. So with this, when you bring it down, from there is your profit and loss account. Below the total, whatever you do over here will become your profit and loss account. Any format or any items which you have to mug up, or any direct expense that we have to record, 7 items, 10 items, nothing you have. It just simply follows the nominal account rule. So golden rule of nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. The same is going to be followed over here. So any expense, nominal account expense, salaries, rent, all that is going to come on the debit side. Any income, that is rent received, commission received, discount received. So you'll have that received as a clue for you. So if you have anything called as received, then it will come on the credit side. If you have anything as paid or expenses or nothing at all mentioned, but you know it's an expense that you're spending money for it, it comes to the debit side. And another clue is you will never repeat the items in the trading account into a profit and loss account, or the balance sheet items in the profit and loss account. Okay, so we have to go into the sum, see the items one by one, and then we got to record it. So if you go into the sum, opening stock we finished, wages finished, closing stock finished, Now you got discount received. So as I told you, received is a keyword, a clue for you. So received means it's an income. So in a normal account, credit all incomes and gains. So this goes to the credit side. They have just given salary. That means they have paid salary. Salary is a nominal account item. It's an expense. So you are going to debit it. So come to the debit side. You see, is capital liability. So it doesn't come here. Cash at bank, asset. So it doesn't come here. So that's all. Now again, like how you used to balance any other ledger or how you used to do your trading account, you're going to balance it.
Credit side you get a total of 5,000 and the debit side you get a total of 2,600. Write it separately on both the sides. Now take the greatest total and put it in the grand total, that is 5,000. So the least side falls on the debit side, that is it becomes a net profit. So how you'll find the answer for the net profit is subtract the 5,000 and the 2,600. You'll get the value for the net profit. Next, let's start with the balance sheet. So when you start with the balance sheet, the debit side you'll write it as liabilities and the credit side as assets, and get ready with the format.
First thing, when you start with liability side or the balance sheet, you always start with capital and finish it off because that has a particular format which you have to follow. So capital, and in this sum we have got a net profit. So add net profit and go into the sum and see whether you have any drawings. In this sum we don't have any drawings, so it's just capital and net profit which you're going to add and write. So 52,000. So in a column because it's a addition. The net profit which we found was 2,400. So 52,000 plus 2,400, 54,400. Put it in the outer column. Now you can carry on with the rest of the items. So go into the sum. Opening stock finish, wages finish, closing stock. You must not forget to write closing stock in the balance sheet asset side. If you forget it, your balance sheet will never tally. Closing stock is the only item which will be repeated in the balance sheet again. So first place is trading account credit side. Second place is balance sheet. So closing stock asset 4,000. Next we have discount finish machinery for 52,000. So it's an next item we have is creditors. So creditors is the people who we have to pay. So it's a liability for us. Sales over, purchase over, salary over, capital over. Lastly we have is cash at bank 6,400. So last and final step, which is you have to get the total. So in a balance sheet, it's not balancing. You just have to see that your total comes as same as your debit as well as your credit. So you get a total of 62,400 on both the sides.